A warm welcome to everyone who want to see a summary of the MERU Open House of June 2nd, 2024. This event is for those interested in acquiring an apartment at MERU and learning more about the future of our community. We're excited to share our vision for MERU. After the apartment, residence, and operations building are completed, you'll see how our community is expanding, with people from all over the world joining us. There are only a few apartments available. We have a waiting list, but it's on a first-come, first-served basis. Next, let's look at the time-lapse video showing the construction progress over the past few months. Watch as the walls rise for the apartment, the residence, and operations buildings. By autumn, the roof structures will be in place and will begin the final stages of construction. We aim to complete the project by spring or summer of 2025 and look forward to welcoming all our guests to the new, beautiful Vasto buildings. Enjoy the presentation.
I'd like to honor Roger Paul Potter. When we saw the labor of love and what he was doing here with his wife Susie, we just said, how can we help? So for the last 4 years, we've been supporting in our own small ways, Linda and I, and we love the progress that's being made. So we'd like to hand over to Roger Paul.
Starting about 12 years ago, it was, as Roger Andreas said, a labor of love for all involved. Roger Andreas and Linda Kay then supported the construction of two beautiful glass conservatories at either end of the park. And this inspired further support from other generous donors. And now the park had gotten to the point a few years ago where it could be used for events such as meetings in the conservatories, outdoor concerts, and garden banquets under tents. Roger Andreas and Linda provided a matching donation last summer, and now another matching donation is just announcing today. For this year, it will support a new phase of development of the park, which we're very excited about.
Our real focus now is to create that program building where we can all do program together, and that's what brings the effect, that peaceful, that beautiful silence that is within, to bring it out for the whole world, to create that coherence for world peace, for harmony, for bliss. We had this 10,000 gathering in India, in Hyderabad, and this is part of continuation here of that momentum that we created in India, is to have largest group as possible. And not only for the people who live here, but people from all the surrounding communities and in Europe. So that's Maharaja's desire.
The tower, Maharaji said, should be built in every country. It's called the Maharaji Tower of Invincibility, and invincibility is destined to be for every country. So the first tower we thought should be built here at MERU because Maharaji lived here. And the Rajas all together, they performed the groundbreaking and foundation stone already here on the site.
In December last year, we were given the permit for the 54-meter tower. We say 54 meter because there was a permit before for a tower of less height. But we always wanted 12 floors. That was Maharaji's design, and we've had to go through some regulatory challenges to get there. Now that we have this permit, the next step is really finalize the team, as Roger Andreas said. We have to go out and get project management, architecture, and general contractor to phase this building, but we're seed capital enough to start. Basically, we've set ourselves a target, 2028. Time is moving, and hopefully by the beginning of next year, we could start. In the tower, we are also speaking about a tourism business, an exhibition business.
The driver behind this project is Rudy, so would you like to comment on this?
I made some projects already in real estate with Freddie. I work with Freddie since 30 years. I have the experience. Once we start, I hate to stop. I don't want to build in phases. We do it in one stroke. And that's why I wanted to see what is the figure it needs that at least the construction is finished. Maybe we don't have the money from inside all, but at least let's build it, because we are already much behind time since Marishi told us we should build it.
What we're hearing from you is that we have 12 months to raise all the funds. We know that we have till 2028 to complete. That's what we've set ourselves as a target. And with your momentum and motivation, Rudy, I have no doubt it will happen. So whilst we are in parallel looking at all these different projects, we've just seen that there are stepping stones here to different things. Maharaja was very, very clear about the wellness resort. And when asked where would we build it here, next to the tower, we have what was supposed to be Maharaja's Peace Palace. He said, I don't need to have a Peace Palace for myself of that size. I'm happy to stay where I stay when I'm here and take that. So IKG put together a wonderful first solution for a 50-room wellness resort. And we consulted with Mackman Associates, who are well-renowned spa specialists, to just give us a sanity check on the commerciality of what would effectively cost 30 million euros to build and get fully functioning. And the numbers are very encouraging. So those are numbers that we can share with investors. We thought, well, how can we have a stepping stone towards the wellness? The wellness would take at least 3 years from now, the big wellness resort. How can we have a stepping stone towards that? Ground floor of the apartment building made itself available for something which we'll hear more about from Casper and Richa Ji. But what we do know is that wellness and Ayurveda is so important to our well-being and consciousness. So there's a new term that's coming forward, which we're working with and would like to be pioneers in the world, and that is collaborative medicine. Collaborative meaning that if you're going to be introducing Ayurveda and introducing modern medicine in the sense that you have your bloods checked and you may have an MRI, etc., that they are both equally as important and they collaborate together to bring you the best. The number of people that will be coming to MERU, because that was one of my concerns, is that how would the existing MERU take all these visitors? And we heard from many leaders here that it would just enliven. If you do it in a manageable way, so that it's not too much for the community, if you do it in a manageable way, it will bring much needed revenue. It will also bring those people that are desperate for the knowledge, desperate to heal, desperate to become well in every way. The visitors here will be coming on a pilgrimage. Then we will be doing what Maharishi asked us to do.
There's 2 functions planned in the 3 buildings that we're building today. One of them is an academic function, an educational function, and that's primarily showing up physically in the form of a big lecture hall on the ground floor of the residence building. And there is a wellness function, and that is showing up on half of the ground floor of the apartment building. Richa is one of the management board members of MERU, and her responsibility will be that wellness.
Maharishi Ayurveda India has been producing high quality Ayurveda products for the last 40 years now, supporting the movement with all those beautiful products that Maharishi originally designed with his Vaidyas. It is an honor and joy to work with MERU to build the MERU Wellness Clinic, which we might have by next year, end of next year. And then, of course, the wellness resort. And for now, we are expanding into more clinics in Europe, starting with Regensburg, London, and Den Haag.
My experience is that there are people in the world that would pay very handsomely to come to a retreat because somebody's contacted them in advance, asked them what their life is about, what they're struggling with, where they can come to a world-class retreat so they can heal. And if they meet somebody like Dr. Agrima, who is going to be authoritative in her way that she is, and listen to her voice on a daily basis, if they're there for 3 days, 5, 7, 10, 2 weeks, or a month, that they will get incredible results. And I don't say that lightly, because there is a huge demand for this in the world. We know, we've done the market research. It's a multi-trillion-dollar business. And if it's done well, which it will be with the team that we have, there will be a wait list to be in this retreat and resort. And we're getting a taste of it in the clinic, which is in the apartment building, which is what Richa was saying that she will undertake.
We have courses on Ayurveda, we have courses on architecture with Aiki, we have courses on introducing TM in schools, and we have celebrations around the Vedic holidays. We have the annual conferences with Guru Purnima, and the January celebrations around Maharaja and Maharshi's birthday. All these things will be led by another dear board member of the MERU team, Lila Maria Hartmann. If we choose to come and spend time for a week or a weekend diving into some of Maharshi's knowledge and doing program together. And this is an opportunity, of course, also for people that aren't able to come reside in the apartment building on the campus, but still come to MERU for a shorter time and enjoy the atmosphere and take some knowledge, and then hopefully also some health advice from Dr. Agrima or her colleagues. And so we're really trying to make a start now in the buildings that we're building today as a pilot, so to speak, for the commercial projects that we are envisioning in phase 2. And I hope you will all be able to enjoy that.
Raj Andreas, would you like to tell us more about the investment opportunity?
Well, I think I'd like to quote Ruth, actually, on this one.
This is a place to really experience happiness, peace, and heaven on earth. And this is what I feel always when I'm here on this ground, and I'm so excited to live here permanently.
She's an astute property real estate owner. You're getting in at this level, you can see the beginnings of a wonderful unfolding of the master plan. Even though it's a very deeply spiritual game, so are the finances. So if somebody comes for the right reasons, the return on their investment can be great too. Linda and I had to beg to stay in a hotel. It's so full, it's so busy. And so the accommodation is scarce here. So if you start adding the different types of facilities that we're having here, then the demand for accommodation at the campus is going to be great too. So whatever you're investing now, if in 5 years' time you wanted to move on, then there's a premium to be added to the apartment, and at the same time there's an ongoing return. So it depends how you want to play the game. If you like to be here during all the main events, then that's the high season. But at the same time, if you prefer to come in off season and enjoy the peace and quiet and get a good return during Guru Purnima and other events, then you're going to get a good return on your apartment. So like this, there's the ongoing return, and then there's the return if you want to move. For instance, if you want to upgrade later and invest in the wellness resort, where there'll be an opportunity, again, a limited opportunity to acquire a room in the wellness resort where you have some stay. You may have up to 30 days to stay, and then the rest of the time it's used by the resort guests. It's another great return. So overall, there'll be an opportunity to invest and also realize your investment as you go along.